Mnangagwa in particular decided to take the Attorney General in Zimbabwe to his trips, that is in Rome, as well as also to China. Though the office of the Attorney General, as well as also ZANU-PF cronies, tries to justify this, the more they justify this, the more the public ask numerous questions. Guess what? The First Lady of Zimbabwe, in a way to try and deal with boredom and most probably the stresses associated with the choices of her husband, she was left home out marches against drug abuse. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, internet was buzzing regarding Emmerson Mnangagwa's decision to actually take Attorney General of Zimbabwe to be part of the delegation. People are trying to actually link what may have influenced Emmerson Mnangagwa to involve the Attorney General. Although her office tries to justify the reasons why the Attorney General went to the Vatican, of which they were given just 15 minutes, including Emmerson Mnangagwa, because the Pope was too busy to entertain petty political discussions. So Mnangagwa's wife was left with the youths and the other ministers of Emmerson Mnangagwa on this picture, Opam Chinguri, and many more others. And guess what? They were marching against drug abuse. Seeking to address issues of drugs, a sincere program that is being carried by the First Lady of Zimbabwe. I strongly don't believe that is a sincere program. This is part of a grand looting scheme. They pretend to be actually solving societal problems. And in that much, if you look how much was spent in terms of buying the regalia that was used, as well as the equipment that was used. It's a lot of money, and most of that money definitely went into the pockets of individuals. So this is how actually the state is looted by ZANU-PF. They do these programs in the name of actually addressing societal concerns, and at the end of the day, what do? They actually loot a lot of resources. So this is what is definitely happened. We've seen the wife of Mnangagwa in this instance. Looking at this picture, she is surrounded by almost all ministers of Emmerson Mnangagwa that matter: the Minister of Defense, Opam Chinguri, the Minister of Youth, a lot of ministers, especially those who are supporting the 2030 mantra of Emmerson Mnangagwa. They are actually surrounding this woman who has actually developed to be like the former First Lady of Zimbabwe, that is Grace Mugabe, who was also all over the show, especially during the last days of Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Are we repeating the history of what transpired before the previous regime? Definitely there seems to be a similarity, especially if you look at the trend. The Ministry of Tourism is run by the Emmerson Mnangagwa. Barbara Ronzu is just a house girl, or a housemaid, if you can call it that way, of that particular ministry. But the person who is busy spending money in that ministry, it is none other than the wife of the president. Whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional, that does not matter in a banana republic, because Zimbabwe under ZANU-PF has actually been downgraded for the longest period into a banana banana republic. And for this country to recover, it will take a lot of times. And I hear also that most of these people who were marching against drugs, they are the ones who are actually responsible for bringing drugs into Zimbabwe. It is ZANU-PF members that are actually bringing drugs into Zimbabwean society and selling these drugs. And these are the very same people who are marching, calling for an end to drug abuse. I can tell you, it's not easy if you are not connected to the government to actually run a drug business in Zimbabwe. Because if you walk in all the roads, major roads, if you travel in all the major roads in Zimbabwe, how many roadblocks are there? And how do you get to survive while transporting drugs? But we know that ministers and government officials, they're exempted from being actually stopped and searched by the police officers in Zimbabwe just because of their proximity to ZANU-PF as well as the ruling elite. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okay, Umhlabane is signing off. Let me